Speed of play equals decision making, perception and action coupling. You guys are going to understand. I played with a kid in college, in high school. Best shooter I've ever seen in my life. Still has got, I think, the highest free throw percentage in the history of the state of Kentucky high school. 97.8% over a 4-year career, and there's a billion free throw shot. He played before the three-point shot, or he'd be the all-time leading scorer in the state of Kentucky. Phenomenal shooter. Could stand and shoot for days. Took a full ride, went to college, never played. Couldn't get his shot off. Couldn't get his shot off because he was a classic gather, step, square, shoot. The next level, they skip half of those steps, and it's gather, shoot. There is no open step, gather. No, it's expedited. It's fast. Perception action coupling means that you got to be able to. That process has got to be part of perception. Does that make sense? So your eyes don't lie. Trust your eyes, and you got to teach your players to trust their eyes. What you're seeing is real. And you got to explain, just trust your eyes. I say it all the time in my setters, trust your eyes. So they see it and process. They've got to process and see. They perceive and process have got to be one step to become elite. And that sends you to the action. So the whole process looks like this. Perceive, process, act. You got to teach your kids how to see what's going on. You've got to teach your kids process, and process is cognitive. It's constant. Constantly give feedback. All too often, we look and go, well, she can't do it. That's not an answer. Like I told my daughter, your job isn't to tell me they suck. Your job is to make them unsuck. Don't report the news, make the news. And so you're going to have to go through all of these processes, and you may have to go through them one at a time. And for some kids, it may be painfully slow. Painfully slow. I got one right now that it's painfully slow, but man, she's gotten better. She is so much better. And I got to remind her of that. Because sometimes they can't see. I wish they could see when they look in the mirror what I see. And they forget where they came from. Your job is to remind them where they came from, but more importantly, where they're going. The faster you perceive, process, and act, the faster your speed of play will become. That is true. Elite plays that way. And you think about the best players you've ever had. They weren't kids that had to stop and think. If your mind is moving, your feet probably aren't. That's true. Anatoly Tarasov was the czar of the Soviet hockey program, Red Army. Greatest hockey program in the history of hockey. The whole miracle, Lake Placid, all of that is based on that. But he was a brilliant coach, and he said the 3 factors he looked in every athlete: speed of hand, speed of foot, speed of mind. The most critical of which is speed of mind.